Sorry, mistake. I accidentally closed my tablet here. Oh no, I don't know what's going on. Okay, let's start over here. Though I speak with the tongues of men and angels, but have not love, I have become sounding brass or a clanging cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, but not have love, it profits me nothing. Love suffers long, and it is kind. Love does not envy. Love does not parade itself, is not puffed up, does not behave rudely, does not seek its own, is not provoked, thinks no evil, does not rejoice in iniquity, but rejoices in the truth, bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never fails, but whether there are prophecies, whether they will fail, whether there are tongues, they will cease, whether there is knowledge, it vanishes away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when that which is perfect has come, then that which is in part will be done away. When I was a child, I spoke as a child, I understood as a child, I thought as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. For now we see in a mirror, dimly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then I shall know, just as I also am known. And now abide faith, hope, love, these three. The greatest of these is love. Oh boy. Alright, let's get the split screen here going. So, this chapter is probably one of the next most well-known chapters in the Bible. Chapter on love. There's so much in here again. And for those watching the recording, I accidentally closed it, so I missed reading the NIV and prayer, but we did. Okay, so 1 Corinthians 13 said, by speaking the tongues of men and angels, but not of love, I am a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. Yeah, this whole chapter again is specifically about the love. So he's just saying very clearly, if I could speak so eloquently, if he had really good speech patterns, he could speak of language of angels. We didn't love, then it's just noise. If you look at the prophecy and you can fathom all the mysteries of the knowledge, and have faith that can move mountains, didn't have love, there's nothing. So really, Paul is saying love is the most important gift. I wouldn't say, I'm not sure if it's a gift, but love is the most important thing to have. Which is interesting, because then if I give all my possessions away to the poor, and give my body over to hardship that I may boast, but I don't have love, he gains nothing. There's no point in doing all that if you're not doing it out of love. That's the thing. It won't benefit you or anybody else as much as just having love in general. Now, love is patient, love is kind, it's not envy, it's not boast, it's not proud. That is a verse that you could probably spend your whole life on. It's patient. That is huge. Patience. Kind. It's being nice. It's not envy. It's not boast. It's not proud. Yeah. I don't want to spend an hour on this because I'm not doing that, but it's quite a bit. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It's not easily angered. It keeps no records of wrongs. That's an interesting one, at least for me. It keeps no records of wrongs. Keep no record of wrongs. So when someone does something wrong to you, you're not going to, as you would say, if you really love, you're not going to keep bringing it up, or you're not going to have a mental record of what happened and how many times someone's wronged you. So that leads into the idea of lots of forgiveness. Like there's forgiveness. There's not forgiveness. People say forgive and forget. Well, yes and no. To me, this sounds more like, at least at the moment, it sounds more like forgive somebody and forget it happened. Pretend it didn't happen. Like, it's gone. No record. So, I'm not sure how biblical forgive and forget is, but some people say forgive and not forget, which makes sense too. I mean, just because someone does something wrong to you doesn't mean you can't be wary of it, I guess, and just be understanding that they might do it again, but you still love them and forgive them, whether they ask for it or not. You can forgive them. Let's go. Love is not light and evil, but rejoices in the truth. So of course, if you're loving, you're not going to be okay with people getting hurt and taking advantage of. You're going to want to try and stop that, or at least not seek it out. Always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Always protects. That's good. There's lots of things that can go wrong in our world that people need protection from, especially children, people that are of limited understanding, as he talks about children later. It always trusts. That's pretty big. If you love someone, if you're loving, you're going to trust that they're truthful, because they have something good intended for you or others. And yeah, you're hoping for the best. Always persevering. And then even when that doesn't go through, you're going to keep going. You persevere. It endures all things. That's a better one. And bears all things. Believes all things. Hopes all things. Endures all things. Interesting that person says believes all things on this side. Yeah, obviously you're not going to believe that Jesus is not God, but believe in people. Oh, you said you're going to do something? Then you're going to do it. I believe you. I trust you. Endures all things. Yeah, I mean, very much that you're going to have to. That's more of a promise. To me, it sounds like a promise. You're going to have to endure some pain, some hardship. That's not normal. Love never fails. But where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there are knowledge, they will pass away. So love is going to be useful forever. Prophecies, eventually, we're not going to need that anymore. Tongues, I mean, if everybody knew the same language, then there would be no need for tongues. Knowledge, I mean, knowledge will pass away. That's definitely true. Like, one thing I'm sure people knew how to do is Paul knew how to make a tent. I'm not sure if he meant sewing or weaving. That's knowledge that people don't know how to do anymore, and it will pass away. Knowledge of how to build certain things, or how to I have almost no idea how to take care of a horse or a sheep or rabbits or any other animals that we would use. Camels. I don't know. There's this knowledge that people have, but not everybody's doing it anymore. I saw somewhere where it showed that, I don't know, 100 or 200 years ago, everybody had a horse. It was normal, common, but not everybody had a car. Now, almost everybody has a car, and almost very few people have horses. Horses are expensive. Now, back before then, back when the cars were coming out, horses were not expensive. So it's just a different kind of getting knowledge. So knowing part, we prophesy in part. When completeness comes, what is in part disappears. So verse 11. When I was a child, I talked like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put the ways of a child behind me. So there are things that we're going to obviously put away and not need anymore, not use anymore. Like when you're a child, again, you talk like a child, you think like a child, reason like a child. You can't stay as a child. It wouldn't make sense. It doesn't grow. It doesn't help the world. We're ready to be childlike in the sense of, just maybe even some of your thinking, some of the thinking. Jesus does say that he tells us to be like children, and we are children. We are his children. That's what he mentions it. So when he means thinking like a child and talking like a child is, not using I wouldn't say big words, but using a limited vocabulary. I'm sure he means that. Talking like a child, more thinking of maybe being selfish. Children are often selfish because they just haven't had the opportunity to really understand too much more than just themselves. When you become a man, put away the child behind me. Now, as a man, you have other responsibilities. Even when it comes to, he's back that time is defending yourself. I can't imagine, at least back then, back in Paul's time, that not everybody kind of knew how to, I would think, everybody kind of knew how to use a sword or a weapon of some kind, can defend themselves, could fight. Now, people obviously some were better than the others, which makes sense. And there's also soldiers that train and try practice, maybe daily. But as a child, you wouldn't really know too much, not as much as a man would, and so you need to be able to do that. For now, we see only a reflection as in a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. Now, in part, and I should know. I think what he's saying there is just the fact that maybe he's not with the Corinthians right now, so it's just you're kind of getting a little bit of Paul. Because again, there's only so much of yourself you can convey in a letter. That's it. Or he may be talking about the resurrection or the future. We see a little bit now. We get a reflection, or maybe we don't understand everything until we're going to get to heaven. Then we'll understand a lot more, and it'll be all revealed. And then he leaves it off as, now these things remain: faith, hope, love, but the greatest of these is love. So faith, hope, and love are important. Faith and hope are important, but love is going to be the absolute most important. All right, and that's it for today. I guess I apologize. I mean, I messed up. At least I learned. I'm not upset about that. I learned, don't hold the tablet that way, because I might actually press the button to turn it off. So I'm going to close it off for now, guys. I'll see you later. Thank you for coming. Have a good day.